Good morning. Lila Gonzalez here. I'm the author of The Reinvented Woman. I'm actually inviting Elle Ingalls on. We're going to talk about what it's like to be an entrepreneur. Anybody out there who's an entrepreneur, give us some. I'd love to hear from you. Uh, what is it like for you to be an entrepreneur? If you somebody, hey Virginia, hey Marcia. Oh, so good to see you. You guys probably have some insight. We all have different experiences, but there's also some similarities. I would say one thing that I hear from others who aren't interested in being entrepreneurs say that's too risky. And it is true, there's risk involved, but it's with a sense of knowingness, of trust that when you put the work in, hi girl. Oh, Virginia, I'd love to see your insight. Like, what does entrepreneurship mean to you? Good morning, Elle. Oh, what's your
Morning.
shirt? What's your shirt is something about entrepreneurship. What's your shirt say?
It says,
I
I am aspiration in motion. This is our Maria shirt. Lila and I met because we're in a coaching program together, and we got shirts when we were in Florida. So I am aspiration in motion. Our program is called Aspire, and it's because we are aspiring to be even more amazing entrepreneurs than we already are. So yeah, very fun. So I
Yeah,
thought
so
I'd
I
wear
think
my
that's
shirt
great.
today.
Hey, Gabby, nice to see you. She's in Spain. So yeah, I think that's really good to point out. To be an entrepreneur, it means you have to stay in motion consistently.
Yeah.
Sometimes motion does mean pausing, breathing, what we're going to do today, and feeling into, Marcia says, really feeling
Oops, did
into
I
a
lose
pulse,
her?
maybe creating. And Marcia says, there are many pluses and some minuses, of course, the yin and the yang. Yeah. I like my business and I love marketing and networking. I build relationships based on trust and good service. Based, not basis. Yeah. Yeah. So I love it. Yeah, trust. You got to build relationships. Like Elle and I have a relationship. We trust one another, but we also have this, like, there's a deeper level of trust. Trust in self. Trust in the process, trust in the vision that even if it's weird to other people, it's scary to other people, even if our loved ones don't understand, we trust that what we're doing, there's a bigger purpose, there's a mission, there's a vision, and we're headed in the right direction and we're exactly where we need to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so true. And I think it's really, the energy that you will feel when you start an initiative, even if you already have another job and you're starting something on the side, the pushback that you will get from other people is amazing. It's almost like here you are, you're moving forward, and there'll be an equal or even stronger opposing force, like trying to shove you down. And I found that too when I was a nonprofit executive, like starting new initiatives and doing things that nobody had ever done in our community. Just go, go, go. Like every time I started a new initiative, there would be this equal opposing force, like, you can't do that here, or we don't need this, or whatever it was. And it's like, you have to really develop an inner resiliency. And I love to joke that in the past 7 years, if I hadn't created the pressure-free method and used my own tools, I don't know where I would be right now because of these ups and downs as an entrepreneur. So it's really interesting. And
Yeah.
Marcia chimes in here. Yeah, even if our loved ones don't understand, you've got that. It's an inside job. Bowspring pulled the me out of me. Yeah, I love it. Pressure-free and Bowspring
It's true.
both are
That's exactly
practices
what.
that.
Yeah, and I really believe this. This is huge, Marcia. Thank you for bringing that up. What I believe, I was actually talking about this yesterday. We have our thing. We have our practice, one, maybe multiple, but the bowspring has been for me the breath. And what I want to work with you today on is integrating the breath with the movement and really feeling into like this space of, as an entrepreneur, you're going to get stuck. Period. You're going to have feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm doing more than I could possibly handle.
Yeah.
And what we're teaching on here is Elle works with the pressure-free method, and then I work with the body and breath, and this bowspring and breath combination and positive attitude. And what it does is it helps us get further faster, really. It just helps us get further faster and reach more people and expand our vision without feeling so worn down by maybe what other people can't see. And it doesn't even really, for me, it doesn't really affect me anymore. Like I just have this deep sense of internal intuition, knowingness that even though it might seem kind of crazy what I'm doing, sometimes I'm on the right path because I'm surrounding myself with people who also are visionaries and are utilizing their own tools, whether it be pressure-free method or the bowstring or the breath or meditation, sitting meditation, whatever it may be. As entrepreneurs, I really believe we need our practices. We need something to anchor us, to ground us, and that's what we're here today to share.
I want to share some teaching that I got from one of my mentors, Robert G. Allen. He shared, the big rocks thing that Stephen Covey taught. Well, he has an interesting thing about that. So you have rocks, pebbles, and sand, and you got to get it all in a jar. You need to put the big rocks in, and his big rocks are your spirituality, how you move your body, how you exercise, how you care for your body, what your diet is, your mental health. These are the biggest rocks you need to put in first. And what I've found, and the reason why I was so attracted to work with Lila, is that when you're an entrepreneur, especially if you're an entrepreneur, but if you're a leader and really in anything that you do, your body is your billboard. Your face is your billboard. Like what we have here, and Daniela has a wonderful, she says, how can Bowspring help me express my ideas and believe in myself? It's like getting out of your head and into your body, and at the same time crafting a body that exudes what it is you're trying to bring to the world. That's why
this is really great. I want to add a little extra here, because what we do in the Bowspring, we live from our full self. So it's not just the front of ourselves, but it's the sides, it's the back, up, down, side to side. But here's the deal. Here's this little special little piece that this practice and this teaching is bringing. It brings us to our energetic body. It brings us to this deeper level of self, our essence. Because I'm asking, and Elle, you've experienced this when I teach you, I ask you to go to the inside. I ask you to actually feel deeper within.
Yeah.
Okay? It's a spiritual practice to feel the self within. It's like, whoa, hey James, good morning.
Fun too.
Hey, morning. So to get in this sense of when we're not being our true self, when we're not exuding the true essence of who we are in any situation, we're in our head. We're worried about the judgment of others.
Yeah,
because it doesn't feel good, and we don't want to feel that feeling. So what if somebody judges us? What if we be our full self, somebody judges us? How do we deal with that? We get into our body and we breathe. And we soften the inside, and then all of a sudden you realize, like, it's just the thoughts, it's just the fear of judgment, and then you can be your true self, as big, as little, as left, as right, as up and down, whatever, wear a pink shirt, a green shirt, whatever you want to do in life. You start to feel better when you get out of the thoughts and into the body.
And then you're able to choose your thoughts.
What'd you say?
Right. What I share in Pressure Free is then you're able to choose your thoughts. You can choose the thoughts that move you forward. And how I work with people in their goal setting is to actually set intention of not how they want the outcome to be, but how they wish to be in doing the process. So it's more about process. And that's what I find here with Bowspring. We're talking about processes here to get you fully,
it's like a feeling
fully
state.
Integrated.
Yeah, it's like a feeling state. Like no matter what, you want to feel peaceful. You want to feel open. You want to feel connected.
Energized. So all of that.
Let's get open and peaceful and connected. You want to get moving?
All right.
Hey, Wesley. Hey, Johanna.
I want to acknowledge Keenan and Stephen are on. Hi, Keenan. So I hope my book has been helping you, Keenan. And Stephen, we're going to do some Bowspring now. I'm going to learn from Lila.
Yep. So roll your fingertips in, thumbs touch. So this is called seed hands. And what that does is it gets more of an even engagement all the way up into your arm. So if your hand is flat, your tricep tends to be disengaged. So if your hand is softly rolled in, then you'll have more engagement up into your tricep, up into your back wing. And then lower your elbows, but keep your arms high. And I want you to breathe your elbows high. So the elbows start to lift from your back ribs. Does that make sense? It's a weird feeling, but you push your back ribs back to push your elbows forward. So you use your breath now, inhaling, back ribs push, elbows forward. Exhale, bend your knees, put your tippy toes down, soften your belly button, soften your tailbone. So it's like a little squat. Hover both heels and feel your glutes, your base of your glutes rise up. Soften your belly button, lift your head, look forward. Notice when your head lifts up, your belly lengthens. Exhale out of your mouth, softly lower your heels and start to breathe in and out as you pulse, in and out. So it might seem like we're not doing a whole lot, but when you have this really open posture and you're sending your glutes back, keeping your head lifted, your whole front body, throat, belly's open, it's quite a cardio workout. Would you say your heart's beating more already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to explain that to someone yesterday. Really, the only way to explain it is to do it.
It's to do it. You're engaging your whole body. Send your ribs back and your elbows forward, and you get a bit of a push-pull. Ribs back, elbows forward. At the same time, and ask a lot of your consciousness. Hey, Mike. Good morning. Good morning, Lisa. So good, all my Ohio friends. Thanks, Lila. This video made my day. I'm blessed to have you as my cousin. You are so sweet, babe. I'm sending you so much love from our heart. And then we're going to do a little balancing this morning. So use your breath. Okay. Keep your breath, the pulse of your breath, in and out going. So we're going to do our balancing sequence, just the same one we've learned. Wide step, one-legged standing, cross ankle, slide and glide phoenix, okay?
Okay.
All right, anybody's out there? If you're at home, stand up with us, please. Wide leg stance, nice and like you're riding a horse. So your inner thighs are going to squeeze in a little bit. And then push your femur bones, your leg bones down towards your hamstrings. Yeah, let your breath come in and out. She starts to smile, ladies and gentlemen. Pause. Send your femur bone back and wide, like you're parallel parking your hip. Back and wide. Keep your ribs lifted up, lift your belly, head, dig, drag, so your foot stays up. Your whole leg stays engaged. Knees forward, sits bones back at the same time. And then little bicycles. 3 times, use your breath, inhale and exhale. Let your breath move you as you cross your ankle, touch. Ribs stay lifted, arms strong, head lifted. Pulse, 3. Keep your toes down, 2. And then slide and glide. Hips go low, arms stay high. See, the elbows want to go down, keep them up. Yeah. And then little pulses, ecstasy arms here. Ecstasy, yeah, there you go. Place your hands on top of your ears, above your ears. Above your ears. Yeah, bring them elbows forward. Send your ribs back, but your elbows forward. Keep your toes down and little pause. And breathe. Just let your belly open. Let your throat open.
Oh, I was holding my belly tight.
Yeah. Exhale to the sky out of your mouth. Back ribs lift you up. Seat hands touch. Yeah. Elbows high, ribs wide. Lift up, cross, wide leg, and then release before we do the other side. And feel. Hey guys, good morning. So what's it like to be an entrepreneur? Well, we have accountability partners. We wake up and we connect with somebody else and say, what are you going to do today? You know, how are you feeling? What happened yesterday? Did you get it done? What got in the way? How are you going to, you know, address that today if it's still the same issue? And even this, getting on here, I would say serving our community. What's it like to be an entrepreneur? Serving our community, showing up. From my standpoint, this is serving our community. We're helping each other feel better and start the day off. Elle and I actually talk right before this, and then we do our accountability. Like, what are you going to do today? What did happen yesterday? You know, what's your vision for, you know, for if something gets in the way, how are you going to handle it? And sending love to you, Vanessa. Oh, she said sending love your way, amazing ladies. Vanessa did from Aspire.
Oh, Vanessa.
So yeah. And we show up for our community. We, you know, every day we say we're gonna help people in the best way we can, and Facebook Live is one way because we can actually reach more people and support, like whether it be, you know, you want support in your business, you want support feeling better in your mindset, your body, whatever it is, you know, you can come on and we'll share with you. So if you have any questions ever and you want us to answer them, you're like, what do you guys do? How do you do this? Or how do you do that? Like, I'm doing a sales program. I teach people how to put together high-end offers using their skills, and then sell them with ease and grace, and with really understanding the energy of enrolling somebody into your programs. That's what I teach, and I'm getting ready to launch a program. And so it's important as entrepreneurs, as we're doing sales even, to be able to be in our body, to be able to breathe, to be able to use these tools. So, you know, whether you're a mom who's working on a project at home with your kids and you need to find more ease in your, because everything's so busy feeling, you know, or you're running a business, you know, because I'll tell you what, being a mom is just like running a business.
Yeah, it is.
There's so many moving pieces and parts you got to put together. So I just really want to honor everybody out there and say this body piece and the pressure free that Elle brings is really fruitful for any part of your life that you're challenged with right now, for overwhelm or stuck. How do you feel, Elle?
Good. I'm ready to do the other side.
I knew she was caught. I know that's what she's feeling. She's like, my other side feels tight, doesn't it? Let me know. Will you share with everybody? What does one side feel like and the other side versus the other side?
Yeah, it's just a little bit of imbalance because we were kind of in a position, you know, using both. I wasn't turning to one side or anything, but I feel like an imbalance, like I got to do the other side.
Exactly. Her body,
It has to happen.
I know. I want to point out here to everybody, this is beautiful. I want you to watch CL's energy. And what this is when you start doing this movement, your body starts to call for it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so natural. It's so primal.
It's like I have to do something before bed now. I have to. It's not a question of wanting to, like I desire it deeply. And I will do just something very simple. I like bow arc, bow twist. Bow arc, bow twist has been wonderful for me. So that's been my favorite the last few days. So yeah, let's do the other side.
Then we'll get into that. So step wide. That's good to hear. Hey, Bruce, hearts back to you. Love you, brother. Okay, seat hands nice and low. Get your toes down. Get the inner edges of your feet down. Inner edges of your feet. That gets your inner thighs engaged. Can you feel that?  Push your hips back instead of up and down. Back now. Keep your toes down and do the hips back at the same time. That's not, you see, she's like springy. That's it, you get a little springy. And then pause. Lean your hip wide. Yep, lift up, opposite side. Knees forward, sits bones back at the same time. Lift your head up, belly up, breathe. Cross your ankle. Keep your knee up and set it down. Keep your knee up so your sits bone goes down instead. Ribs keep you lifted, arms strong. Head up. Full spine lifted. Yeah, breathe. Slide and glide, phoenix leg, crosses forward like you're curtsying, sitting in a chair. Ecstasy arms today, above your ears on your head. Pause low. Keep your hips low. Soften your belly button forward. Send your ribs forward. Send your hips back. Ribs forward. Hips back. Lower your hips. Then top of your heart lifts up. Yeah. Keep your throat and belly open. Take little pulses. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling. Big breath out, soft belly. Squeeze your elbows in as you breathe to widen your wings. Really use your breath to move you forward, so the back ribs are going to take a big breath to lift you forward. So you start to move in space with your breath. Release your arms on the breath. And then cross ankle squat. Knee lifts up, arms lift, strong arms, head up. One-legged stand. Good. Stand to about hip distance apart now. Ecstasy arms and hover your heels. Good. Lower your pubic bone down and your chin up. Good. Lower your heels and then arc to the right. Little pulses down and up 3 times. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Use the breath to find the movement. And what you'll notice is that it'll just start to take you, if you use the breath, it'll take you into the bow, the arc, the bow, the twist. Let the breath lead from the low back ribs, the low back ribs. So anybody out there, being an entrepreneur is the ultimate freedom. Yeah. You get to play, you get to create, you get to do all sorts of stuff that the world, doesn't yet have. You get to find that gap and fill it and support it and connect things that haven't been connected yet. So cool. Look at Elle. She's like feeling amazing. How are you, babe?
I'm going to do the other side now.
She loves it. Look, she's like, so Elle, what I want you to do is start using the breath now to move instead of the body.
Okay.
Play with it. So it's a little bit different. You'll have to slow down. So you'll let your low ribs lift on an inhale. And then on an exhale, keep your ribs lifting and lower your hips. So ribs still stay lifted and the hips lower on the exhale. So inhale, ribs lift. Exhale, hips root from your toes. Okay, inhale, ribs lift. Exhale, keep your ribs lifted. Root from your toes to your hips.
It's hard.
It is hard, ladies and gentlemen. It's called a waist whittler because basically we're separating and twirling the ribs and the hips. So your waist starts to get longer and more narrow which is good because that's, a sign of health around, creates a lot of space for the organs. But it's not about having a teeny tiny waist and squeezing everything. It's about actually creating more space under here and up in here. And when you have more space in your ribs and your hip and groin area, digestion, it's healthier. Your organs are happier. And when you have that narrow waist, you have a corset here, and that supports your whole body lifted up. That corset, when the corset's like flat, it's like it pulls us down. But when the corset is crisscrossed like that, the ribs are lifted, the hips are rooted, then there's just so much more balance support, we'll say. The
I totally feel that. And one of the things that I do with Pressure Free is I help people release stress fat. Stress fat is that fat right here in the upper torso here. So, if you don't have a waist, I really didn't have a waist, even as a distance runner, I had layers of fat there. And there are people, you will hear of distance runners having heart attacks. And it's this stress fat that builds in the arteries in the upper torso. So when I first created Pressure Free, in about 6 weeks, my stress fat had diminished significantly. And so adding bowspring to the release of that fat, just phenomenal.
Yeah, and I want to point this out too, like entrepreneurs. I was at an event a couple months ago, and one of the gentlemen who was speaking, I'm going to lower this too. One of the gentlemen who was speaking was tall, lean, exercised. And what he shared was this story about having to go to the hospital because he had a heart attack. And, he lives a busy life, travels around, does a lot of speaking and all that kind of stuff. And so probably doesn't have in my mind, I don't know his lifestyle, but I thought, he probably doesn't have, maybe some sort of like consistent practice to keep his stress lower, because the go lifestyle might seem fun, but the body, may not feel so good about it. It's building things up inside that we don't realize at times. I used to have really high blood pressure, For 5 years I was on blood pressure medication. I had super, super high blood pressure. When I first went in and got it tested, they told me to go to the hospital. It was so high.
Wow.
Yeah, and after being on bowspring for 6 months, go ahead. After being on the bowspring for 6 months, I was off medication. No more blood pressure medication. Are you there?
I am. I'm here. Can you see me?
Are you back?
Did you lose me?
Yay! Okay. I see you.
That happened.
Yeah, I was off blood pressure medication, and I had grown ½ an inch.
Yeah, I believe it. Yep. So one of the things that I've learned is that if you do have a fast-paced lifestyle, it's fine as long as you don't trigger too much adrenaline. If you're fueling yourself with adrenaline, that's what's dangerous. So my clients actually do more. I do more now than I ever did before, but I'm not fueling it with adrenaline. Yep. I'm fueling it with pure energy. So when you use the pressure-free method, you don't release that adrenaline. You can actually do more. Almost all of my clients are type A high achievers. If you tell them to relax, that pisses them off because they can't. They have to do what they're doing. So it's like a whole paradigm shift when they learn pressure free because they think they need the adrenaline to do what they're doing, and they don't. They will actually access more energy, but it will be a calm, exhilarated energy. So it's like a total paradigm shift. I was just coaching a woman at 7 this morning on it, and she's catching it. She's in her 2nd month with me, and it's just phenomenal what's happening for her. Definitely type A high achiever. And now she sees other type A's around her, and she's like, they're harming themselves. Their adrenals are blowing out. They're building all this fat in their heart and their arteries. Their blood pressure's high. If you have
That's how I was. I had high blood pressure. I was a high achiever, high blood pressure, and right before I made this massive shift in my life and decided to, it was because my adrenals had shot. I had shot my adrenals. I pushed myself to the place of I had nothing left.
Yeah. And so
Yeah,
it's
and I'm at the space
phenomenal when,
now. That's, yeah, and that they've been there, and I don't want and anybody who's been there before. We don't want you to have to go there again.
we don't want you
There
to,
are
we don't,
ways, yeah, and you know, the body tells us so much, right? We're both all, you know, a lot about integrating, using the body as a tool
yes, yeah, yeah. With
to
pressure free, use
soften.
the body and the mind, and you also use what I call life design tools. And life design tools are sometimes some of my clients' favorite tools. And I never judge. Like I share all these tools with you because I don't know which ones are going to work best for you. You're very unique. Every one of my clients is completely unique in even how they feel stress. Some people feel it in their gut. Some people feel it tension, headaches, migraines, jaw clenching. Some it's in the shoulders and here. For anyone who's it's shoulders and here, bowstring is amazing and how it just frees up this whole full radiant heart. I love it, love it, love
Yeah,
it.
breathe wide, breathe wide,
Breathe wide,
breathe.
breathe
The,
wide.
the side ribs and the back ribs we ignore, and also a lot of, and I will say this about men and women both, but you know, anything that stresses us or makes us feel emotionally challenged, we'll hold it here, we'll tense up here. So just even like lifting the arms up and letting these, what I say, letting the sun shine, the places where the sun doesn't usually shine, you know, under the armpits and stuff, letting it come open and then letting breath, like even touching it, it feels really good.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
allows it allows tension, it allows more energy to come in and allows tension to release from the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the head, all the places you were saying, you know, people are
yeah,
holding on to it.
yeah, yeah. It's really true. It's beautiful. So you have your retreat coming up, right?
Yes, I'm so excited, you know, because we were just at a business retreat together over, you know, last week, and I'm hosting a business retreat, or really it's not just a business retreat. We're going to be doing movement, we're going to be doing meditation, we're going to be doing a visioning, basically, for 2018, a mastermind meeting. And this is for anybody who feels like you want to get into your body, you want to open up your mind, you want to connect with some pretty visionary, amazing people, and you want to spend a little bit of time getting nurtured so that you can feel open to create your vision for next year. Because we often go into the next year kind of like excited, but we don't really have a plan or a mission, you know, vision. We don't really know what we're doing. So this is an opportunity to kind of let everything go, be, you know, cooked for, you can, you know, be taken care of. And then what happens when you soften out of the mind and you get into the body and you connect with sweet people, you start to get more creative. And we witnessed that last week on the business retreat we were at. We were just with some amazing people. We got so much hugs and we danced and we just had all this fun. And then all of a sudden we were all creative and we came back with this new sense of energy. So you'll leave the retreat with this new sense of awakening to yourself and what's possible for you next year. So I'm so excited. Then Manitou Springs, Colorado. I'll put the link in the comments below. I would love, even
Yeah,
if you're like questioning, like, is this for me? Send me a message. Elle's going to be there, and
yeah.
some other amazing entrepreneurs are going to be there. I'd love to see you there.
Super, yay. And you can go to my website, pressure-free.com, to learn more about Pressure Free. There's a link right on pressure-free.com, and that goes right to my calendar for a strategy session if you're interested. And I'm going to be launching some new programs in the next few weeks, so keep an eye out.
Yay! So
Yay!
exciting. I love you, Chica.
Love you too. Have a great day. Have a pressure-free day.
Bye.